Guys, the scriptures are still not about us. I'm reading Acts 12, day 12, 28 days of Acts, and there's this scratch inside of me to want to primarily look for what's in it for me, to primarily look for practical things. But first and foremost, it's not about me. It's about Jesus. And once again, we just see God's providence, God's saving hand in this story. It's so wild when you live yourself in. James gets killed. Peter gets thrown in prison with like many soldiers and people guarding him, going onto sure death. After Pass, this is the only thing that prevents him from dying, is the fact that it's the Passover. And so they're not going to do anything, and he's going to be in prison until Passover is finished. And in the middle of this, an angel comes and opens the doors. The chains just fall off of him, and he's freed. The gates open, the doors open, nobody sees him. He just pitches up at the disciples, and the disciples are praying. And so there's just this beautiful pull through from the book of Exodus, how the people of God got freed from Egypt. And people are crying out for a long time, and they're not sure if something's going to happen. And all of a sudden, there's deliverance. And I'm just so stirred by this, because it means God doesn't deliver or save just once, but he does it time and time again. And I'm just so stirred again to remember times where God came through for me, where I'm saying, but this and this and this and this is going against me, but then God, in a moment, God comes through in a moment. And so there's things that you might be holding on to, trusting for. Keep praying. Pray for it with friends, because God is the God of salvation. And so, like, I just want to press into this thing. Like, let's not get over or look for more than Christ and him crucified, the lamb that was slain, the Passover lamb. We do not fear death anymore. We do not fear imprisonment. We do not fear persecution anymore, because our names are written in the Lamb's book of life, because death has been overcome. It's not something that can come against us anymore. And so there's this faith and this hope that is stirred, not necessarily in the signs, the wonders, the miracles, but in this, that Christ was crucified, risen on the third day, is seated in heaven, and now I am free to live for him. And so let's continue to glorify him in this. Amen.